This is my gear list of everything I'm bringing on the Appalachian Trail. It comes in at about 18.5 pounds for the winter setup, and when I get into my summer setup, it'll be around 15.5 pounds. Alright, so starting off, my start date is February 12th, which is why I have a winter and a summer gear list. I'll point out the winter things as I go along, and when I get to the appropriate place, I'll mail them home. So starting off, this is my Osprey Exos 58. Comes in at 42 ounces. That's with the top part, the brain, and the a trash bag liner for my Go Light pants. I found these at Goodwill for like 12 bucks actually. So I'm not sure. Well, I think they're like 80 bucks regularly when Go Light was in business. They weigh in at 10 ounces. That's with the shorts and the pant part on them. I'll probably be wearing at least the shorts most of the time. Then I have these just running shorts from Walmart, starter brand. I really like them. I've had these for years, and they're just super comfortable. And they come in at 4 ounces. Then I have this Columbia shirt. It comes in at 5 ounces. I've hiked in it before. It's really nice. It absorbs the sweat really well, and it breathes really well. And it's just really comfortable. Then I'm going with 3 pairs of socks. I know I won't need any more than that, but I've heard people do it just 2. So I'll see if I'm going to send a pair home or not. We'll find out. And they all come in, the 2 ankle length ones come in at 3 ounces, and the smaller one comes in at just under 3. Next I have a pair of Ex Officio underwear and a pair of Adidas compression shorts. Those each come in at around 4 ounces. And moving on to more cold weather stuff, I have just a buff I got for free when I bought some other stuff. And then that comes in at 1 ounce. I have some just basic fleece gloves. They're okay, not my favorite. Kind of like a no-name brand. And they come in at 4 ounces. I have a bandana that comes in at like 1.5 ounces. And then a fleece cap from the Army. That comes in. I need to do a better job of this. Oh, that comes in at 2 ounces. Next, I have my cold weather gear. So I have just the this base layer from the military EWIC system, and that comes in at like 11 ounces. And then I have the thermal bottom and the thermal top, or the waffle top as it's called, and those two combined come in at 18 ounces. And I'll wear those when I'm in at camp for the night. And then my jacket is the Montbell Anorak. It comes in at 7 ounces, and it's just super light. It's kind of delicate though, but really light, so I like that, and it was pretty cheap, so hopefully it'll hold up. And then there's the Marmot Precip, which comes in at 13 ounces. And I've hiked with that before, I really like it. It's really easy to stay cool and not overheat. And then I have gaiters from Outdoor Research, the Rocky Mountain Lows, I think. Got those at an REI garage sale for like 12 bucks, so that was a pretty nice find. And then lastly, I have my camp shoes, which are Tevas. They're kind of heavy. They come in at 12 ounces, which there's definitely lighter camp shoes, but I just kind of like those. And I hear they're good for like crossing streams, so that's my reason for picking those over flip-flops. Next is my sleep system. Starting off with my tent is the Six Moon Designs Lunar Solo. Now I've only camped out with this thing for just 2 nights so far, and the original tent I had was the REI-2, and the -2 was an okay tent, but I just didn't feel that great in it. And this Lunar Solo comes in at 24 ounces, which shaves just about a pound off of the weight of the -2, and it's smaller, and you don't need so my bag is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma. Originally I had the North Face Cat's Meow. I switched to this though It comes in at 19 ounces, which saves me almost 2 pounds from my other sleeping bag. So it was well worth the investment. I've slept out in this when it was 24 degrees, and it's rated for 20, and I had very little problem with it. So when I did sleep out with it, I did combine it with my Whoopee, which is like basically just another blanket or a quilt. That comes in at 16 ounces, so it's a little heavy, but I just like it. It's durable. I don't mind if it'll get dirty. I know it'll hold up, and I'm going to be ditching that whenever warmer weather comes through. So that's a pound shed right there. Right next to it, I have a Tyvek footprint. It just weighs just a few ounces, so it was really worth it, and it's really just going to help protect the floor of the lunar solo. Then my two sleeping pads, I have the Big Agnes, I'm blanking on the name, Aircore. It's insulated. It's got a pretty good R value. I used it just by itself when I did the Lone Star Trail. It was really nice. And again, I got it at the REI garage sale because the owner didn't like the look of it. So that was a really good find for me. Then above that, I have this Nature Worship, just basic foam pad. That's going to get ditched once warmer weather comes through again, because that comes in at 14 ounces. That's almost another pound that I'll shed once warmer weather comes through. Next is my cooking setup. The whole thing comes in at about 1.6 pounds. So I have my REI cooking pot. I got that at a garage sale as well. It came out of a 2-pot set, and there's a lid that fits the larger pot and this one, but there's a lot of overhang, so I don't like to use the lid. So I have this just piece of tin foil that I use to wrap over the top of the pot, and that comes in at 8 ounces, which isn't too bad, honestly. I mean, just to save a few more ounces, I'd have to spend like $50. So to me, it's not worth it. I'll just keep that for the time being. I have my Sea to Summit spoon. I've only used it again once. I got it for Christmas, but really good, really highly reviewed. It weighs half an ounce. So, and then MSR fuel canister. I'm not gonna bring this one with me because you can't bring it on a flight, and it's probably over half empty. So, and then my stove, which is the MSR Pocket Rocket. Really common, really well known. Not a lot to say about it. So it folds up really nicely. I keep a little book of matches in there too, just in case my lighter fails, which this is probably the one I'm bringing. I think you can bring lighters with you. I mean, shouldn't be too bad. And then my knife, which is just a Coast knife. I got it just at a military clothing sales when I needed something for a class I was in, and for like I think $8, and it's held up for like 2 years. 2 years now, pretty good. Keeps a decent edge. My only bummer with that is the clip kind of got loose, so it doesn't hold as tight. And then my bear line, which is 50 feet of 550 cord. I took the guts out too, which actually saved about 3 ounces across 50 feet, which is actually pretty surprising. So that's my cook setup. So this is my electronic setup. It comes in at just under 2 pounds, which is kind of heavy. I could slim it down, but I just have no real desire to. It would only be a fractional change. So starting it off with some things that aren't really electronic, but I just kind of have in the bag. It's this emergency blanket. I just kind of have it just in case I need it or in case someone else needs it. This should be with First Aid, along with this KT tape. I purchased a whole roll of it for about $11 at Academy. I've heard it's really good for blisters, which surprisingly for my new shoes that I got, the Brooks Cascadia 11s, I did not get a single blister or hotspot yet, which is nice, so I might not even need it. Then I have my GoPro with the skeleton case and a waterproof case. I don't know if I'm going to use the waterproof case a whole lot, but I'm bringing it just in case. And inside is just an additional lens protector and a adjustment knob, or whatever knob. There's my flash, or my headlight, which is the Black Diamond Spot. I got that on clearance probably 2 or 3 years ago, just because it was the color purple, and no one really wanted that, I guess. Additionally, I have 2 chargers with 3 charging ports, so I can charge my 3 devices, which is my GoPro, my battery, and the phone I'm using right now. My battery is the Anker 10,000 milliamp. It does a pretty good job. It's got a little display right there to show you how full it is, kind of. And it has 2 charging ports, and then that hole on the side is where you charge it. So I like it, but if I could buy another charger, I would get one with Qualcomm charging, because this just kind of takes a long time to charge. And then I have spare batteries. The Spot only uses 3, so I just kind of have an extra just for the next time. And then all my wires and headphones. Now, the one wire here is like 6 feet for my GoPro, which I definitely don't need. I could go with like a 6-inch cable, which the other 2 charging cables are for the battery and for the phone. But I just don't have the drive to go out and buy one to save, a third of an ounce. And then the most unique thing in here, which I didn't even know existed until I bought it a few weeks ago, is this transfer stick for the GoPro. So this is how I put my videos onto my phone, and I edit them. And I'll go into that further. But you just take the micro SD card out, and you put it in a little slot right there, and you plug this into your phone, and you can transfer files, and you can do it for, any kind of files besides just GoPro files. So that was really cool to see and find. Didn't even know it existed. I was looking for something like it. I just happened to see it at REI. So that's all my electronic stuff. Yeah, it all comes in at just under 2 pounds. Just real quickly, this is my toiletry bags and my first aid bag. There's not a whole lot of crazy stuff in here. It's just toothpaste, chapstick, a small camp towel, toilet paper, yeah, a full roll, nail clippers. And for nail clippers, I wasn't sure what to do because I've never really seen them on people's gear list. One person last year said they just bought a 50-cent pair every other town, and I just left them in hiker boxes. Not me though, I like to keep mine really trimmed, so I just kind of prefer to just bring my own. This is my first aid kit. It's just got gauze, and some ibuprofen, and some itching cream and earplugs. That's pretty much it, just really basic. So these things, all of this comes in at just about 1 pound, and I can even take out this ibuprofen, but I don't want to travel with just open pills. I want to keep them in a container. So these are my hiking poles. You can see on them there's a GoPro mount. I think that's the roll bar adapter or the bike adapter, something like that. And then there's a little bit of duct tape. You can see they're Cascade Mountain Tech. Really good brand. I got these on Amazon, I think. They were like $20 when I got them. They're more expensive now, but they're pretty good and they're highly reviewed for their value. Okay, now onto my miscellaneous stuff. So I have my guidebook, which is the 2017 NOBO edition, or Northbound. Pretty standard. Just about everyone carries this. A few people just carry the Gut Hook app, which goes on your phone. I like having the physical copy so I can write stuff down. And next we have our food bag, which is a 13-liter Cedar Summit. It's pretty good. I had it on my Lone Star hiking trail. It just gets really marked up easily. But so far, through about 100+ miles of hiking, it's been good. First aid kit did that. Bear hang, already went over. And then my yak tracks. So I'm not sure what kind of weather I'm going to hit. I'm starting mid-February. But so far it seems like it's been pretty mild. So I'm bringing these just in case. Again, I'll send these home. But they only weigh 4 ounces. So it doesn't really add much to the send home weight. And then my filter, which is the Sawyer Squeeze. And additionally, I'll probably have one more of these 1-liter Smart Water bottles. And then I'm bringing this platypus to add just an extra liter of water capacity for when I do dry camping or whatnot. My Z-Seat. This thing, a lot of people already love it, and I've told you about it. You've probably heard about it before if you're watching this. But it's just a great seat, when you're sitting down on a log even, or on a bench, if you can find one, or just on the ground, it's great. Then I even use it in my vestibule to put my pack kind of on to keep that clean. My trowel, just got this at REI, pretty basic. Kind of on the heavier side though, at 3 ounces. There's lighter ones out there, but I got that. It was available. Didn't have to wait. Um, I think that's everything. So, against all this weighs 18.5 pounds, and gonna start February 12th. So, see y'all then.